Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a prep vlog for you. Since I did get a lot of requests to film more meal prep videos, today I'm going to be prepping a week's worth of food for Gen and the ferret. So I'm going to walk you through that process. First, I do need to hit up the grocery store to grab ground meats for Gen as well as oysters. So I do need to stop at the grocery store first, but I will see you guys when I start prepping. All right, let's go. All right, so the first thing I do before every prep is get my containers ready. You can get these very easily off of Amazon or some other type of container or whatever you prefer. I have everything laid out. For both Gen and the ferrets, I do a week at a time because Gen is a growing puppy, so his requirements change frequently. Whereas the ferrets, I just like to switch things up every week, and it's the way that I've been doing it. So for Gen, I always start with him first since he's the easiest to prep for. I use a base meat, is what I call it. And for this week, I'm using mainly ground beef as well as some ground turkey. There was actually a deal on certain meats, so I took advantage of that. I do provide variety each week, of course, but I do like feeding ground beef because it is fairly inexpensive. It's also a good source of iron, which is great for growing puppies, along with zinc, which helps support the immune system, especially in growing puppies, and it's also packed in protein. I'm also doing ground turkey now. I am not a fan of this brand, to let it be known. It's not the best. But I was in a bit of a pinch for variety this week, and we're like in a monsoon rainstorm right now, so I wasn't about to drive all the way to another store. So that being said, ground turkey is a good source of selenium, B vitamins, tryptophan, which produces the neurotransmitter serotonin, which, as you know, helps improve mood and healthy sleep. So I like to smush it down to give room for all of the other parts of the diet. He gets one of these containers a day, split into 3 meals. The next item is sardines, whole sardines, and so ruminant meats like ground beef is high in saturated fats and lower in polyunsaturated fats and omega-3. So to balance this, sardines are used here, as well as for poultry, which tends to be low in saturated fats but higher in polyunsaturated fats. According to Dogs Naturally magazine's Omega-3 for Dogs, the Ultimate Guide, which I recommend you go read, they suggest feeding 1 ounce of fish for every pound of ruminant and 4 ounces for every pound of poultry. Sardines are also low in mercury and toxins. So we're already on to the next thing, and that's oysters. And oysters are low in calories, are fairly high in protein, zinc, vitamin D, iron and copper, vitamin C, and we have greenlet mussels, which I feed mostly for trace nutrients like manganese, and it also has healthy fatty acids as well. Liver should make up roughly 5% of the total diet, and for this week I'm using chicken liver because it is also fairly inexpensive. It has a lot of vitamin A, which helps eye health, immune system, and organ functions. It also has selenium, iron, and other essential nutrients, and it's something that you should never skip out on. And I also normally feed pork kidneys, but I forgot to thaw those, so just imagine that the kidneys are there. I will have to add that in later. But anyways, raw meaty bone for this week is chicken feet, duck wing, and chicken necks, and these all provide essential calcium and phosphorus. They also help with oral health, gets him to chew and clean his teeth. They also provide essential amino acids. Basically, raw meaty bones is one of the most important things in the diet. It has nearly everything a dog needs to thrive, ferrets as well, and it's definitely not something to skimp out on in a raw diet. As a finishing touch, I am including my homemade berry paw molds, which has wild-grown blackberries and a couple other goodies as well. So now I'm on to the ferrets, and the ferrets are a lot more involved, and that's why I saved them for last. Today I am using some rabbit liver and rabbit kidneys from Raw Feeding Miami. I really like the rabbit liver. I haven't gotten the rabbit kidneys in a while, and I forgot how fatty they are. I mean, like half the bag is just fat from the kidneys, so I probably won't be purchasing this product again. Also, please note, I do feed 10% heart meat in the diet, but I of course forgot to thaw that as well, so that's something I'm gonna have to go back and add. Just wanted to add that in there. Next, I'm also doing the rabbit liver, which they're very fond of, and I will say the salmon from Raw Feeding Miami, very good quality. Very impressed by that. and I'm going to feed that just twice a week. I'm not super picky with it, and I also chose to include oysters, which I generally do, in one of the organ meals. I also do greenlet mussel every week as well. Now, I wanted to do a disclaimer because the next clips will be showing me preparing a defeathered pigeon. So there's going to be guts, so skip ahead if you are queasy. It's a little bit gross. All right, so if you are lucky enough to get your hands on some pigeon, definitely suggest letting your ferrets try some because it's just a really, really great protein to feed. It can be very expensive if you're getting it from the market, so don't feel like it's something that you need to feed a lot of because it's just hard to obtain generally and quite expensive. Now, usually when I get pigeon, it does include all of the parts on the inside, so I will just split it right down through the middle, and the first thing that I do is remove the intestines because the ferrets do not like eating the intestines. It's smelly, just not something that they enjoy eating, so I will take that right out. It'll also include the gizzard, which you can choose to clean and feed. And I'll take out the liver and the heart, and I will feed those as well. And then I will just cut it right in half, and I will just feed it on 2 different days of the week. Sadly, it is such a small bird, so you're not going to get very much meat out of it. But I mean, it is just a good sort of novel protein to feed when you have it. As you can see, it is a very, very rich color, very, very nutritious. There's only a little bit of skin, extra skin that I do cut off at the bottom of the bird. But in general, the ferrets really do enjoy pigeon. They also like partridge, which is a similar type bird. And definitely suggest trying it if you can get your hands on some. Quail, as you may know, is also a really great meaty bone source for ferrets as well as puppies. It is a very soft source of raw meaty bone, and you can feed the entire thing. And these are dressed quail, so they do not include the organs on the inside, but if they did, you could feed that as well. I'm also doing chicken rib cages from Raw Feeding Miami. I really, really like this product. It's just like the perfect size for ferrets. Fits really well in the meal containers. If you're unfamiliar with prey model raw for ferrets, typically, and at least what I do all the time, is I will do 2 meals of organs, and that will include heart meat, liver, and other secreting organ like rabbit kidneys in this case. And then the rest of the meals are going to be varied raw meaty bone with muscle meats like fish, and the meaty bone is going to be things like chicken rib cages, whole duck, whole rabbit, necks, feet, all that great stuff. I also do whole food additions like eggs. I also give them a vitamin E. And for again, I will choose to add certain fresh vegetables and fruits, seeds to his meals at feeding. So that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.